Hello, I'm Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Goodine, pastor of Church on Wheels Spoken Word out of Deltona, Florida. And this is the first edition of Morning Prayer 2024 Seed Sowing. Seed Sowing. Today I want to come to you out of the book of Joshua, right when they were crossing the Jordan. And I want you to understand that we're into a new year now, 2024. We've not been this way before. So Joshua chapter 3, starting at verse 1, I'm just going to read a few verses. And I'm reading from the King James Version. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. And it came to pass after 3 days that the officers went through the host, and they commanded the people, saying, when ye see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests, the Levites, bearing it, then ye shall remove from your place and go after it. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which ye must go. For ye have not passed this way heretofore. And that is the King James Version. Now I want to read to you the NIV version. The NIV version says, early in the morning, Joshua and all the Israelites set out from Shittim and went to the Jordan, where they camped before crossing over. After 3 days, the officers went throughout the camp, giving orders to the people. When you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the Levitical priest carrying it, you are to move out from your position and follow it. Then you will know which way to go, since you have never been this way before. But keep a distance of about 2,000 cubits between you and the ark. Do not go near it. So here we are in 2024. We have not been this way before. But the word is saying, and if you notice in here, the word tell the people that they're getting ready to go into a new land. They're getting ready to go into something new. But when you see the Ark of the Covenant, and the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord was this representation that when you see the Ark of the Covenant, that you move. And when you move to follow it, don't get any closer than 2,000 cubits. When they look at, when you do the measurement of 2,000 cubits, talk about maybe about a half a mile. This is because you don't know which way to go. Wherever the Ark of the Covenant turned, that's where you turn. So in this new year, and today is January 2nd, in this new year, I know some people made resolutions and they probably already broke them by now, but that's beside the point. In this new year, we ought to follow Jesus Christ. Now let's look at what they're saying. He's telling what Joshua is telling them is that when you look up and you see the Ark of the Covenant, you follow. When you look up and you see the representation of God, you follow it. Because you don't know which way to go, because you haven't been this way before. So in 2024, we have not been here before. Now, for those of you out there that have been to 2024 before, and now you are back, I want you to tell the people what happened. If you can do that. Tell us what happened. But if you have not been into 2024, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. So I say to you this morning that when you go into this new year, keep Jesus, the representation of God. Jesus, the representation of the Father. When you see Jesus, you see the Father. When you see Jesus come through, you move and follow him. I'll say that again. In 2024, right at the beginning now, You look up and you find Jesus. And when you find Jesus, you follow him. But you don't get no closer. In fact, you don't pass him. Because you don't know which way to go. Let Jesus lead you in 2024. Because you don't know which way to go. We don't know which way to go. We don't know what's going to happen. So in the same thing that when Joshua was taking the children over into something new, God has taken us, those that that can see this, has been given the opportunity to see this. You got to remember that there were a lot of generations that did not make the promised land. And there are some people today that did not make 2024. But you have the opportunity. If you're seeing this live or if you're seeing this on a recording, you have the opportunity now to go into a new land, a new time. We've not been this way before. So the Bible tells us, tell the people, when they were crossing into Jordan, going into something new, to keep the eye on the Ark of the Covenant, which is the representation of God. Keep an eye on it. When it comes through, you move. But until you see it, you sit still. But when you move, make sure that you don't pass it. Make sure that you stay behind it. Make sure that you keep it in front of you so that you will know which way to go because you've not passed this way before. So in 2024, and I'm making this call to you this morning. For those of you that are listening, those of you that are following me, or those of you that are just scanning through YouTube and Facebook, and then you happen to come across this, it's 2024. Today is January 2nd, 2024. You need to find Jesus. And in fact, in 2024, you don't do nothing until you find Jesus. And when you see Jesus, when he comes your way and he calls on you, you get up and you move. But you don't do nothing until he tells you to move. When you see him. Now, when you see him, then you move. But you don't get no closer. In fact, you don't pass Jesus. You keep Jesus in front of you in 2024. Why? It's because we've not been this way before and we don't know which way to go. So you keep Jesus in front of you. Now I'm going to tell you this. If you look up one day and you don't see Jesus in front of you, you need to stop. You need to slow down. You need to back up and go find Jesus. And wait till you see him. And then when you see him, then you get behind him and you don't pass him. Because you don't know which way to go. We don't know which way to go. We don't know which way to go in 2024. So I say keep Jesus in front of you. And let him guide you. So that you will know which way to go. Because you have not been this way before. We've not been into 2024 before. Now, a side note, for those of you that claim that you've been to 2024 before and you already know what to do, well, then you go do that. Why don't you tell everybody else what's going to happen in 2024? Well, until you can do that, those of you that I say you look for Jesus. You sit and wait. Don't be making no resolutions and all of that. I mean, look, you can make resolutions all you want. But if you don't have Jesus in front of you, guiding you, leading you, you probably gonna go the wrong way. See, because he might tell you to go left, but you went right. And look where it's gonna get you. So my plea and my challenge to you and all of those that are following, that have seen this live or seen this on recording, is that in 2024, from this day forward, from January 2nd now to December 31st, If you look up and you don't see Jesus in front of you, leading and guiding you, you need to stop. You need to slow down. You need to back up. And I'm going to tell you this. If you look up and you don't see Jesus, you know where he is? Right where you left him. Right where you got off track. That's where he is. So in 2024, follow Jesus. Follow Jesus and let him guide you. Because you don't know which way to go. Because you have not been this way before. Well, I'm Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Goodine, pastor of Church on Wheels Spoken Word out of Deltona, Florida. And this is the first edition of Morning Prayer 2024 Seed Sowing. Happy New Year, and may God have mercy on our soul.